let's do this. Why am I like, okay. Look at these beauties. Hi, hello friends, it's Kay and welcome back to my channel for a new video. So I had a stroke of genius and I decided that I was going to try my iPad out for filming today because frankly my tripod for my phone gets on my nerves because it's a cheap one from eBay. And rather than put myself through that again today, I decided to try out my iPad. So we'll see how this goes, but I think it might work. In typical K fashion, I'm filming my TBR halfway through April. So I have 5 books I am hoping to read this April on my tentatively be reading list. And it's not up yet, but spoiler alert, I finished my entire March TBR. That is insane for me. I've never done that, and especially not since I started this booktube channel, so that is a win for me, and I can't wait for that wrap-up to come out so you can see it. So let's keep those good vibes going into April with this TBR. So my first book in April that I have already started is Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. This is the latest book in the Grishaverse, and this is the second book in the Nikolai duology, King of Scars duology. And I'm not gonna lie, as you may know, I don't like King of Scars. I gave it a 2-star. Only the last 150 pages were interesting to me, so I was scared to go into Rule of Wolves, but I heard better things about it than King of Scars. But nonetheless, I didn't know what to expect, and I was nervous to go into it, but I went in with optimization, and it paid off. I am 207 pages into this, and I am hooked. I love it so much more than King of Scars. It is 110 times better. I feel like the Nina plotline that I didn't like in King of Scars has come to a better point. And the character interactions of this book so far are just so much better than King of Scars. I love the Shadow and Bone found family, and I love the references to the crows so far, and I won't go much more into it because that's what wrap-ups are for, but yeah, so Rule of Wolves, and I definitely should finish this, but before we leave it, it's beautiful here, right? Look how stunning this is. I thought the King of Scars one was gorgeous, and it is, but this one's a tree, and I'm an environmental major, for those of you who don't know that, and I love trees, so this has stolen my heart. So yes, first book of the month is Rule of Wolves. The second book on my April tentatively be reading list, TBR, is They Went Left by Monica Hesse, and I have not read The Girl in the Blue Coat or The War Outside by Monica Hesse, but in my history class, we just finished covering the Holocaust, and I'm in the mood to make myself cry, and I really just want a story set in that time period, that era, and I want to learn something, whether or not this, I feel like if you write a book in that period, you have to have researched something, so that's what I'm hoping to get out of this book, a raw, emotional story that will make me cry and feel things. Oh, I didn't even mention what Rule of Wolves was about, but I'm sure everyone knows. But I can mention what They Went Left is about. So They Went Left is about a girl. Her and her brother were the only two in their family to go right, and everyone else in their family in the concentration camps went left, meaning they were killed. Now the concentration camps have been liberated, however the siblings are separate, and Zoifia, who is our main character, promised her brother that she would find him again once they got out of it. And now that they're out of it, she is now going to go across the country searching for her brother and trying to find him, all while trying to face the trauma and grief she has been through in the concentration camps. And along the way of her journey, she runs into more people who are all also facing trauma and everything else. And I think this book is just going to be so moving. I'm going to take so much away from it, and I am excited to get to it this month. So this next book on my list was given to me for my birthday last year in May by one of my best friends, and I've still not read it. And since it's April, my birthday is next month, and I just feel really wrong that I've not read it in the year I've owned it, and since it was a gift. But so hopefully I will get to it this month, and that is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. My friend who gave me this book loves Brandon Sanderson, and as most of you know, or if you don't know, I'm sure you will if you're on BookTube long enough, but Brandon Sanderson is a beloved epic fantasy writer, and my friend loves his work. However, yours truly does not have the brain power for epic fantasy right now, and I don't know how long it'll be till I do. So she decided to give me his sci-fi book, which is a little lighter and a little better and all that stuff, and I am going to probably dive into it much better than I would an epic fantasy of his. But I'm super excited. I have heard amazing things about this book, and I can't wait to get into it because I have recently learned that I do genuinely enjoy sci-fi books. So I'm excited to get to this new one. Actually, instead of reading the summary about what this is about, I'm going to read the letter that my friend gave me with this book and her summary of what it's about. You have a strong female lead in space with great and funny friends and possible romance. There, that's all I need to know. No, I'll try to go into it more. So in this world, pilots are the thing to be, and our main character wants to be a pilot and prove herself and all of that. However, her father was killed for being a deserter, so that has now stained her and her reputation and all of that. And while she is trying to prove herself and get into flight school and all of that, she discovers something ancient and secret that could change her world forever, and that's all I'm going to know about it. And I really hope I can get to this. I think I will genuinely enjoy it, and again, it's a gift from a friend, so I really want to get to it before May, so fingers crossed. Now, it is 4 months into the new year, and I am already repeating books on my TBR. What is that about? So, coming back, I had this on my January TBR on the off chance I could get to it, but I had a feeling I wouldn't. But it's here. I'm hoping to get to it now, and that is The Life Below by Who's Monica? By Alexandra Monir, and this is the sequel to the final 6, which was a hidden gem of my 2020 reading year. It was one of my top 10 favorites, and I will never stop talking about it. So this is the sequel of the final 6, and the final 6 left off on a pretty big cliffhanger. So I really want to know what happens and what the journey will be from here. Ooh, there's my alarm for class. We got 30 minutes, it's fine. So yes, and the final 6, the earth has been polluted and climate change and all of that, and now it is beginning to destroy countries. The sea levels are rising and all natural disasters are happening. So in hope to save humanity, the department that has taken over NASA is going to try to launch 6 teenagers into space to go set on Jupiter's moon Europa to restart humanity and give them a fighting chance off of Earth that is no longer going to be able to be inhabitable to them. And it's sciencey, it's fun, there's a super strong scientific female lead, and I love her. I love the relationship between her and one of the other contestants, and I love that they work together to try to find this mystery, and I recommend the final 6 if you have any desire to read environmental sci-fi. It's great. I love it. So yeah, I'm very excited to get to this one, and I really hope I can get to it this month. And now for this last book, I have to explain something first. So this is one of the oldest books on my TBR, and one of my reading goals for 2021 is to knock out 5 of my long-term TBR books. And this one I have had for about 2 to 3 years now, but I still have a very high interest in it, and that is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. This involves parallel dimensions and dimension traveling and all that fun stuff. The cover is gorgeous. I think I mentioned that every time I talk about this. And I started it in a Barnes & Noble like 2 years ago, and I got to like chapter 1, but then I put it down for some reason and haven't picked it back up since. So I want to get to this. I've heard it's a trilogy, and I've heard it's pretty good. I want to get to this because I'm always a sucker for world traveling, and I love reading books about it. So in this book, we have, I can't pronounce names, I'm so sorry everyone, but in this book we have the daughter of 2 cutting-edge physicists who have broken the theory of dimension traveling, and her father is murdered by one of their star pupils who wants to get the technology for himself, but before any laws can touch him and arrest him, he jumps into a different dimension. So now it is up to this girl to track him down with the help of one of her parents' other students and to avenge her father's murder. Her and this other boy go to track him down, and somehow she ends up in this epic romance, and I'm super excited. I love a good romance. I love a good world dimension traveling book, and I do hope I can get to it this month. So these are all the books I am hoping to read in April. I cannot wait to get to them, and all of them, I'm putting them on, sorry. And all of them sound so good. I can't wait to get to them. Let me know in the comments what your TBR for April is, or if you have read any of these books and you highly recommend one of them. Let me know so I can prioritize. I am super excited. And if you like this video, please consider hitting the like, and do please subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to find me elsewhere, my social medias are linked below. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. I'm Kay. Bye!